Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the final round of the Players Championship at the TPC Sawgrass. Play.com calls it the Players Club, Pontra Vedra Beach, Florida. And we are through the back nine. Leaders have finished, not the leaders, but the last grouping has finished their front nine rather, heading to the back nine. The first group is starting the 13th tee. When we get to the 15th, we'll check for emerging contenders out of our B categories. But right now, we have had quite a bit of action in the front nine, and there's been a total of 6 golfers who are no longer in contention. We started with 12. We're down to 6 in contention. These 6 lost contention. Bud Cauley, Ryan Gerard, Matty Schmid, Robert McIntyre, Roy McIlroy, and Tommy Fleetwood. They are all out of contention as they fell off the board, falling more than 6 shots behind. When we started the 4th round, Cam Young had a 1-shot lead on Keegan Bradley and Robert McIntyre and Seth Straka. Straka, however, has carded a 32 on the front side. So Cam Young at 33, so he made up that 1 stroke, and they are both in the lead. 2 shots behind them are Scotty Scheffler. He also shot a 32 on the front side. Scheffler, however, is also 1 under on the backside. So he's 5 under on his round so far. Scheffler started 4 back. He is now only 2 back. And we get to the 13th hole, and that's where we're going to have 2 out of contending golfers to start things out. It'll be it'll be Roy McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood to start the 13th hole, which is a par 3. And I was scoring this yesterday, and I found this pencil. I don't know where I found it from, but it looked like a golf pencil. So I decided, why not score with a golf pencil? So we're going to put the pars in ink and the scores in the pencil. And of course, if you know anything about keeping score in golf, if you get a birdie, you circle it. If you get a bogey, you do a square. So that's why you have squares and circles and so forth. So out of contending golfers, we're going to our out of contending golfer section. For the first 2 golfers, Roy McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood, we have a challenging green. But that means it's basically normal. There's no daunting or anything. So we're going to roll for Roy McIlroy, see what he can get. He gets a 2, which is going to be a par. Now, Tommy Fleetwood also gets a 2. So they both will obtain a par 3 on this 13th hole. And now we go to Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas is 5 shots back at the moment. And he will get the chance to play this 13th hole. Doesn't have any chips, so we'll see what he can do. Needs a 1 or a 6 to get control of the hole. If he gets a 6, he could attack. Hello, Mr. Goodeman. This is History Maker Golf, Mr. Goodeman, from Play.com. History Maker Golf from Play.com. So let's see what Justin Thomas, that's what this little green marker is telling you who we're watching hit their shots, and it's Justin Thomas right now. All right, we get a 1. So that means 1 means since the number 1 is not on the course card, that means Thomas controls. And we add up the other 3, it's a 1 in ascending order. It's a 1, 2, 6. So we go to a par 3. Go to our par 3 chart. Right, our par 3 chart, and we're looking at 1, 2, 6. And it asks, is Justin Thomas a champion? No, he's not a champion. If he was a champion, he'd have an easy putt for birdie, but instead we're going to the right now chart. And Justin Thomas is semi-hot. He had parred the last hole, birdied the hole before that. He's semi-hot. The desired eye is a blank, so that means he's going to be neutral, not hot, neither hot nor cold. Sort of like the porridge and the 3 bears, right? Not hot or cold. The green die is a 6. And we keep the green die on the right now. Par 3 hole and a 6. Is he hot? No. I'm sorry. Yes, he is. He would be hot. If he was hot, it'd be a lukewarm shot, moderate putt for birdie. Otherwise, difficult putt for par. You missed the green and misfired a wedge shot. Now it's a difficult putt for par. Difficult putts for par are 1 to 3 on a white die on a D6. 1 to 3, and he misses it. So that means he gets a bogey. He's got to make his bogey putt. It's a moderate bogey putt. Got to have a 1 to 5. And he makes that. So he will make a bogey and drop 6 shots back. And that's not good. You get more than 6 shots back, you get off the mat and you are out of contention. All right, so that's Justin Thomas, and that's the first group. Next threesome will be on the 12th hole, and it's the first guy, Matty Schmidt, is out of contention. So we're going to roll on the out of contention golfers. And the hole is semi-daunting. So we're going to come here, semi-daunting. A 1 possible birdie, 6 a bogey, anything else pretty much a par. That's a 2, so that's a par for Matty Schmidt. Gets his par 4. Gerard is also out of contention, so we'll roll for Gerard. That's a 1. He's got a chance at a birdie. He needs the dot to come up to get the birdie. And no, he doesn't, so he gets the par. So Gerard gets the par. Now we go to Scotty Scheffler. He is 2 shots back. Has no chips, though. Hello, Ben. Well, I like the concept of the Rocky Horror baseball thing, but the results have not been, I was hoping for a little closer thing here, but, they're a rough team. What can you say? All right, here's Scheffler. The only way the hole controls is on a 5. Any other play, Scheffler controls. And it is a 5 on the white die, so the hole will control. 15, 1-5. 15 says he's in the rough on the first shot. So we go to our par 4. We go to our rough and look at par 4. So let me get my little thing here. So we're par 4 rough and the first shot. 4.1 means the first shot. And the green die is a 6. It asks, is he a master? He is a master at recovery. So Scheffler is a master at recovery. TV-friendly shot sends the ball to the periphery of a green. Double difficult putt for birdie. Okay. So double difficult putt for birdie means he needs a 1 plus the dot to show up. Not likely to happen. And if he misses that attempt, it would be a difficult putt for par. Or he can lag. So to lag, it will become an easy putt for par. And he makes that. So he will make his par. Could have went for it, but it would have been awfully risky. So now we go to the 11th hole for the next group. And one guy from that group, Cauley, is out of contention. So we'll roll for the out of contention golfer again. This helps speed up play when there's 12 golfers. It kind of narrows the field, as you say. Double cordial, which means we're in this column here, so good chance at a birdie. And that's a 2, so that means Cauley will make a birdie. 34 for Cauley. Now we go to Jake Knapp, and he obtained from one of the charts. He is now sunny the rest of the round. So if it gets to mood, he will be sunny, and he gets to play on this double cordial hole. That's a 1, so that means Knapp controls, and it's 4-5-5 on a par 5. So we go to the par 5 and look at par 5, 4-5-5. Ask, is he a legend? Knapp is a semi-legend, but the dot lets him down. He's not a legend on this particular play. So is he a hacker? No, he's not a hacker. Is he a champion? No, he's not. He's a hero, but not a champion. So we're going to the right now chart, and Knapp is semi-hot. He parred the previous hole and birdied the hole before that, which makes him semi-hot. So we got to reuse this dot, see if a dot comes up. It does, so he is hot. So Knapp is a hot golfer on the right now chart, and the green die was a 4 on a par 5. Whoops, not experience on now. 5 and a 4. Is he hot? Yes, he is. On a roll. Awesome third shot. Leaves easy putt for birdie. All right, easy putt for birdie is a 1-4, and he will tie Scheffler at 2 back. And he does. So Knapp with the birdie. Birdie 4 for Jake Knapp. And he pulls within 2 shots. Now we go to our co-leader, Sepp Straka, as he will play this hole. And that's a 5, so the course will control 45. 45, oh, he's in the rough on the second shot. Rough on the second shot of a par 5. Par 5, 5.2 for the second shot. Green die is a 1. Is he a workman? No. Otherwise, tremendous shot from Troublesome Lie. Strong applause. So we go to our strong applause mini chart. Find that strong applause mini chart, and we re-roll the white die under the strong applause. Re-roll the white die. Get a 6. Strong applause. Superior distance but short on accuracy. Double difficult putt for birdie. Okay, so it's the same situation that Scheffler had. He is going to lay up and make it an easy putt for par rather than risk anything. And no double sixes, so he gets his par. Par 5 for Sepp Straka. And now we go on to the first group, who these guys were the leaders when the day started. And first up is going to be our co-leader, Cam Young. Now, he has a red chip. He will use this red chip to give control to the hole. And that's a 56, so it's in the rough on the first shot. So first shot rough. First shot rough on a par 4. Green die is a 2. Is he a master? Let's see. Oh, we're on Cam Young. Is Young a master? No, he's not. Let's see. Whoops, where am I at here? Par 4. And it was on the first shot, right? Okay. So he's not a master. Otherwise, burst out of rough to far edge of green, miss long birdie putt, moderate second putt for par. Moderate putt for par is a 1-5. Long as he doesn't roll a 6, he's fine. And he's fine. So he gets the par. Par 4 for Cam Young. Now we go to an out of contending golfer, Robert McIntyre, and we'll roll for him. He gets a 5, and on the out of contending golfers, 5 is going to be a par. So he takes his par 4. And now we go to Keegan Bradley, who was way back here at 6 shots back. He's going to spend a chip to control the hole and try to make something happen. That's a 1-3-4 on a par 4 for Keegan Bradley. Keegan Bradley, 1-3-4. Direct green is not a direct green. Let's see here. Hacker. No, he's not a hacker. So going to experience. Keegan Bradley is an icon. And the green die is a 1. So that might bode well for him. Par 4. Green die is a 1. He's an icon. Is he a prospect? No. Otherwise, what a shot. Gimme putt for birdie. Gimme putt for birdie is a double 6. So that's almost a guaranteed birdie. And he's got it. So Keegan Bradley gets off of the cliff and pulls within 5 shots of the lead. Birdie 3 for Keegan Bradley. And that finishes the 10th hole for the day. And now we move on to the 14th hole for our first grouping, which 2 of the golfers are out of contention. First one is Rory McIlroy, and it's a semi-daunting hole. So again, we're in this column right here. Rory McIlroy, a 1. A dot gives him a birdie. Nope, he's going to par. And then Fleetwood gets a 1, so a dot, he gets a birdie, and he does. So Fleetwood birdies. Fleetwood will get the birdie 3. McIlroy the par 4. Then we move on to Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas bogeyed his last hole, so that put him 6 shots back. He's got to come up with some kind of miracle to make something happen here. 5, course controls 33, but he's found golf cam course, I should say. I keep wanting to get those backwards. Golf cam course. What is the all-important green die? It's a 3. Golf cam course on a par 4. And a green die of 3. Is it a cordial hole? No, it's a semi-daunting hole. Is it a daunting hole? Yes, it's semi-daunting. The dot says it is. So it's a daunting hole. Hole-specific issue, face-saving clutch putt for bogey. Well, that means he's going to fall out regardless. So if he makes this, he's going to fall out of contention. We'll roll for it anyway. He's semi-goal 1 to 4 to make the bogey. He makes the bogey, he gets a blue chip, but it doesn't do him any good because he's out of contention now. So now 7 are out of contention. We're down to our final 5 as back-to-back bogeys from Justin Thomas throws him out of contention. So that whole first group will roll on the out of contention golfers for the remainder of the round. Now we go to 13. 13, and we have Schmid, who is out of contention. We got more out of contenders than we got contenders now. Schmid on a normal hole. So 1, he's going to get a birdie. So Schmid will get a birdie 3. And now Gerard will also roll on this hole. He gets a par. Then we go to Scotty Scheffler. He's the only one in this group still in contention. 2 shots back of our leaders. Nobody has a chip anymore. Nobody's got to earn one. 2, that's course control 33. It's golf cam course, so we caught a break. We're back to golf cam course on a par 3, and green die's a 1. That even helps him even more. Cordial hole or laser golfer. He is a laser golfer. So beautiful shot, nicely placed clutch putt for birdie. He's semi-gold, so a par of 1 to 4, he will get the birdie and earn a blue chip. 5 or 6, he misses the birdie and earns a red chip. So 1 to 4, he'll pull into second place all by himself. And he does. Scotty Scheffler, clutch putt for birdie. He earns the blue chip and pulls within 1 shot. He is now 6 under on the round. He started this round 4 shots back of the leaders. He is now only 3 shots back of the leaders. And now we move on to hole number 12. And we have 1 out of contending golfer, and that's Cawley. Semi-daunting and a 2 is going to be his par. So he'll make his par 4. Now we go to Jake Knapp. 2 shots back on this 12th hole. 5 means course controls. 34, golf cam course. And a green 3. Back here again, cordial hole, no. Is it a daunting hole? No, because the dot doesn't say it's daunting, so it's a normal hole. Clutch putt for par. So a clutch putt for par for Knapp, and he is gold, which means a 1 to 5. He makes this clutch putt and will earn himself a blue chip, which he does. So par for Knapp, par 4, but he also earns a chip, which he can use later on to help him. And now Seth Straka. And Straka and Young have been fluctuating back and forth, exchanging the lead the whole, probably the last 4 or 5 holes. So Straka, a 2, that means Straka controls. It's a 1-2-6 on a par 4. 1-2-6 on a par 4 for Straka. 1-2-6 direct green. No, it's not a direct green. Is he stoned? Straka is not stoned. So it goes to his mood. He is neutral. He's neither sunny nor... Now, Knapp is sunny, but Straka is neutral. So on the mood, he is neutral. Go to our mood chart. Mood chart, neutral, green die 2, par 4. Is he sunny? No, he is not sunny. Otherwise, on green regulation, but with some distance, difficult putt for birdie. That means he's a 1 for a birdie to Sepp Straka. 1 for a birdie. And he's got it. So Sepp Straka gets the birdie and takes the lead. So we're going to move Bradley 6 shots back. Knapp will be 3 shots back. Scheffler 2 shots back. And Cam Young 1 shot back. As your new leader is Sepp Straka. Birdie 3 for Straka. He's 5 under on today's round, and that'll finish that grouping. We go to our first grouping, and it's Cam Young, Keegan Bradley, and McIntyre. So Bradley hanging on by a thread. Hey there, ML. Good to see you. Bradley's got to make something happen on this double cordial hole. If he rolls a 6, he's going to attack the green. He didn't roll 6, he won a 2, which is 2-4-6 on a par 5. But he's got to make birdie, no question about it. Only so many birdie holes you can have. So a 2-4-6 for Keegan Bradley. Ask if he's a duffer. No. Is he utility? No. Is he a champion? No, he's not a champion either. So we're going to the right now chart for Keegan Bradley. He is semi-hot because he birdied the last hole. Dot says he's hot. So we're going to the right now chart, and he is listed as a hot golfer. And keeping the 4 there for the green 4, par 5, green 4. Is he hot? Yes, he is. On a roll. Awesome third shot. Leaves easy putt for birdie. So an easy putt for birdie is 1-4. He needs to make this in the worst way. And he does. So Bradley gets off the ledge as well. 2 birdies in a row for Keegan Bradley. And that'll send up Cam Young, who is 1 shot back now, but can certainly make it up with this par 5. The course will control on the 5, though. And we get a 13, but it is off Cam course. So that puts him in the fairway. That's what off Cam course means. He found the fairway. And a green 5 on a par 5. Green 5 on a par 5. Is it a cordial hole? It's double cordial, which also means it's cordial. Clutch putt for birdie. So a clutch putt for birdie. Cam Young is gold, which means 1-5. He makes the putt, ties Straka for the lead, and gets a blue chip to go with it. And he does. So we're back to a tie for the lead again. As Cam Young makes the birdie, he gets a blue chip for that clutch putt. And double birdie there. And then McIntyre out of contention. We'll roll for him. 3 on a double cordial is a possible birdie. Nope, it's a par. He gets his par 5. And that'll finish the 11th hole for the day, as that's the last group. Now we go to 15, and this is where we're going to check. Because we're do a pause. Pause at the 15th hole, and we come over here to emerging contenders. We're going to roll 2 D6s. If anything comes up 11 through 16, we will have an emerging contender. Anything 21 or 22 or higher, it will be not worry about it. So that's a 56. So no emerging contenders will emerge. So we drive on. So everybody in the first group is in the out of contending golfers. So we'll roll for all 3 of them. First one is Fleetwood. And that's a 4. So that's a par. Fleetwood. McIlroy. He gets a par. Although semi-daunting might be, yeah, it's 5 still a par. And then Justin Thomas. That is also a par. So they all get their par 4s. Now we go to the second group at the 14th hole, and 2 of the 3 of those are out of contention. Scheffler is the only one in contention. So we'll roll for Schmid. That's a 1, so he gets his birdie on the double cordial hole. The Schmid. Whoops, I'm looking at 6. I'm got ahead of myself here. We should be at 14, not 15. Got my holes out of place here. Got them a little bit out of order. It's a semi-daunting hole with a 1, so he needs a dot. Doesn't get it, so he gets a par. So that is a par for Schmid. Now we do Gerard. And that's a 1. He needs a dot. Doesn't get it. He gets a par. Now we go to Scheffler. 2 shots back. Has a blue chip in hand. Can't spend it, though, because it's a daunting hole, so he's got to – it would cost him 2 chips to do that. So he's going to swing away. He gets a 1, though, so he gets to control the hole himself. 2 through 5, the hole controls. 1 or 6, he controls. 1, 2, 4 on a par 4 for Scheffler. And he has been just as hot as anybody out there. He has had a long way to come back from. 1-2-4 for Scheffler. Is he a duffer? No. Is it a firm green? No, it's not a firm green. So that's Golf Cam Green. Go to Golf Cam Green and a par 4 and a green die of 1. Challenging green or scatter golfer? It is a challenging green. It's a semi-challenging green. The dot says it is. So double difficult putt for par. But Scheffler's going to use his chip to make it a difficult putt for par. So instead of needing just a 1, he can get a par on a 1, 2, or 3. And he misses it anyway, so he'll bogey. Have an easy putt for bogey. And Scheffler's going to drop a shot. He'll be 3 shots back, tied with Knapp. That was costly. That was costly for Scheffler. Bogey 5. That detoured his hot. That kind of put a kibosh on his hot round he had going. So now we go to the 13th hole. Cauley is out of contention. He rolls a 5, and that's going to be a par. Par 3 for Cauley. Now we go to Sepp Straka, our co-leader. We get a 4, so course will control 25. It's Golf Cam Green, but it's a green 6. That could be trouble on a par 3. Green 6, friendly green or laser golfer. He is a laser golfer. So well-crafted shot, gets great bite, clutch putt for birdie. So Straka, and he's semi-gold. So 1-4, he will take sole possession of the lead once again and earn a blue chip 1-4. And he's got it. So that's going to push everybody further back. And they play skip to Maloo between the two leaders here. They go back and forth. Straka earns the chip. He earns the chip. And he takes the outright lead with his birdie 2. He's birdied 2 holes in a row. And now Knapp is stepping up there. He could spend a chip. I think he will spend a chip to control the hole and avoid a lot of the junk that's there. We get a 1-5-6 on a par 3 for Knapp. 1-5-6 on a par 3. Is he hacker or gilded? No. So we go to experience. We go to experience, and he is neutral on the experience chart. And it's a green 1, which helps him a little bit. Par 3, green 1. He's not a prospect. So otherwise, let's watch this again on the replay. Beautiful shot. Gimme putt for birdie. He needs that. It's a double 6. Just have to avoid double 6. And he does. So it's a birdie for Knapp. He bypasses Scheffler into 3rd place with a birdie 2 for Jake Knapp. Now we go to the 12th hole. McIntyre is an out of contending golfer. He gets a 2, and so he'll get his par 4. Now we go to Cam Young. 1 shot back. Oops, dropped my die. Cam Young, 1 shot back. The leader right now, Straka, is currently sitting at 6 under par on the round. The leader, when the day started, is Cam Young. He is 4 under par on the round. So, yeah, that kind of put the kibosh on the contending golfers there, I guess. All right, so here is Cam Young. That's a 3, so Young will control. It's a 1-1-5 on a par 4. 1-1-5 on a par 4 for Cam Young. 1-1-5, way up here in the green section. Yeoman or scatter? No. Oh, wait a minute. He is a scatter. I take it back. Cam Young is a semi-scatter. The dot says he's a scatter. So if he's scatter on the 1-1-5, that means it's a duck hook and the gallery groans. And no, I'm not going to do a RJL groan. He would get a red chip, but he's already got a blue chip, so basically just takes his blue chip away. And we go to gallery groans. Gallery groans. And the green die is a 1 on a So the green die is a 1. It says, is he a master? No, he's not a master. Otherwise, solid strike to fairway, follow up iron to green, easy putt for par. So easy putt for par, just has to avoid the double sixes, which he does. So Cam Young makes the par 4, stays 1 shot back, and then lowly Keegan Bradley way out there at the end. Hello, Robert. And that's a 5. So, of course, the only number that controls the hole is a 5, and he found it. And that would have been, he would have went to a special chart otherwise with his triple ones, but instead he finds the trees on his second shot. Not what he was looking for. He finds the trees on the second shot, and this could be the beginning of the end for Keegan Bradley. The green die is a 1, though, so that might help him a little bit. He's not a workman. Perfect strike between trees, and we go to a pin chart, so he might catch a break here. We go to our pin chart with the little circular little thingy here. There's 2 pin things, one here and one here. He's going to this one, and we're going to re-roll the white die. See what happens. It's a 2. Dies in vicinity of pin, easy putt for par. He was hoping for a birdie because I don't think par is going to help him right now. He will par, but it's just a matter of time before he falls out of contention. And that'll do it for the 12th hole for everybody. Now we will go to the 16th hole. 16th hole for our first group, which is all out of contention. Double cordial. So let's see what McElroy does. He gets a birdie. So McElroy will get the birdie 4. Fleetwood gets a par, and Thomas gets a birdie. So we go to this back to the 15th hole, and 2 golfers, Schmid and Gerard, are out of contention. So we'll roll for them. Semi-daunting. That's a bogey for Schmid. Bogey 5, and then Gerard. That's a par. And now we go to Scheffler. He has fallen to 4 shots behind. Got to feel bad for Scheffler. Scheffler is 5 under on today's round, but has made up no ground. He's still 4 shots back, just the way he started. That's how good these 2 guys are playing. Scheffler a 2, which is under the course, and that's a 12, which is in the sand on the second shot. On a par 4, sand second shot. The green die is a 1, though. Is he chunky? No, he's not chunky. So we're going back to that pin result again. We just left that. Go back to it again. Re-roll the white die. Get a 5. Breaks to left and stops short of pin. Moderate putt for par. 1 to 5. And he's got his par, but he's kind of looking for more than that if he wants to stay in contention. He is running out of holes. All right, we go to 14, and Cauley is out of contention, so we'll roll for him. He gets a 5, which is a par. Par 4 for Cauley. And now we go to Sepp Straka, our leader, by 1 shot. Whoa, that one die didn't go through, so we're going to re-roll everything. There we go, 5, and that is an 11. He's in the sand on his second shot. Green die is a 1, though, so once again, he catches a break. He's not chunky. So was it the second shot or the first? It was the second shot, my bad, down here. So we're going right back to the pin again. Same place we just were like 2 times in a row. And we're going to re-roll the white die. We get a 1. 1 says to sire die. If it's a dot, it's in the hole. He holds it. And he does. He holds it. What a shot there by Sepp Straka. He gets in the hole for a birdie. That's going to kick Keegan Bradley out of contention and move Scheffler 5 back, Knapp 4 back, and Young 2 back. So Sepp Straka trying to take over here, basically. When you chip it in from the bunker or hold it from the bunker, you know it's your day. 3 birdies in a row for Sepp Straka. And now it's Cauley who is, it's Knapp who's up. 3, so of course 11. It's in the sand on the second shot. Green die's a 5 this time. Green die's a 5. Sand, second shot. Green die's a 5. Is he a sandy? He is semi-sandy, but the dot says no. Plenty of sand, but not enough go. Ball trickles to edge of green. Difficult putt for par. So he needs a 1 to 3 to not drop 5 shots back. And he misses. He drops 5 shots back into a tie with Scheffler. Moderate putt for bogey, and he does make that, but he gets the bogey 5. Not what he needed by any means. And now we go to the 13th for our leaders. McIntyre is out of contention. Roll for him. He gets a par. And now up is going to be Keegan. Well, Keegan Bradley's out of contention too, so we run for him. He gets a par. So Cam Young, 2 shots back. It's basically a two-way race at the moment. I don't think these guys have a chance. It looks like a two-way thing here. The 3, that means the course controls. 15's in the water on the first shot. So par 3, that's not going to help him either. This might just give it to Straka straight out now. That's a 2. Water 3 on the first shot and a 2. Is he sunny? Cam Young is neutral. He is not sunny. Let's see here. Otherwise, grousing golfer fishes out ball. After drop, splashes shot on the green, moderate putt for bogey. So a moderate putt for bogey is a 1 to 5. It'll drop him 3 shots back. And he misses that. Wow. Easy putt for double. And he drops 4 shots back now with that double bogey. Pretty much takes him out of contention, I would say. I think Sepp Straka, short of falling down, has this one wrapped up. We go to our 17th hole. 17th hole, we're going to roll. All 3 guys are out of contention. Roll for McIlroy. That's a par. Roll for Fleetwood. That's a par. And roll for Thomas. So all 3 of them get their par 3s on the 17th hole. Now we go to 16, and this is, of course, the 17th hole is the infamous Island Green hole. So now we go back to the 16th for the 2 guys out of contention. Natty Schmid, he gets a par, and Gerard. Gerard might have a 2. He gets a par also. So they both get their par 5s. And now Scotty Scheffler is up. Even the eagle here, I don't think is going to help him. 6, he's got to attack the green. Collecting a chip now is not going to help him. So, why am I doing 18? It should be 16. I don't know why I had 18 over there. But anyway, doesn't matter. He's attacking this green. This par 5. He's going to attack the green. When you roll a white 6, you can attack the green. That's what he's doing. He's going to re-roll the white die. We get a 3, barely on green, but makeable, difficult putt for birdie. That means he needs a 1 for a birdie. Doesn't get it. So moderate putt for par, and he's got that, but pars aren't going to cut it for Mr. Scheffler. He was a winner last week, but not this week. 15, we go to out of contending golfers, Cauley, and he will get his par 4 for Cauley. Now we go to our leaders, Straka. 3 birdies in a row for Straka. About as hot as you can have it. And he's still got a blue chip he hasn't used. And he rolls a 1, which means he controls the hole. 2, 4, 6. When it's your tournament, it's your tournament. There's not much you can do about it. Let's see here. 1. We get a 2, 4, 6 on a par 4. 2, 4, 6. Is he a duffer? No. Is he a champion? He is a champion. Easy putt for birdie. Just what he needs, another birdie putt. Easy putt for birdie is 1 to 4. He can spend the chip to make it a gimme, and that's what he's going to do. Put the pressure on, and he's got his gimme birdie, and that pushes just about everybody else out of contention. He may be the only guy left on the board when all is said and done. 4 birdies in a row for Sepp Straka. He is now 8 under on his round today. Out of 16 holes, he is 8 under. And that includes 1 bogey. So he's had 9 birdies and 1 bogey. He's only parred 5 holes. So we go to Knapp. He's next, but he's hanging on by a thread. 6, he's got to attack the hole. He has no choice. Attack the green, whatever you want to call it. So he's going to attack. That's a 4. Golfer check. Is he a master? Knapp is not a master. Is he a workman? No. Otherwise, difficult putt for birdie. Difficult putt for birdie is a 1. He gets his birdie putt. Not going to help him much, but he gets a birdie putt just to say he got one. Gets him off the ledge anyway. And that finishes the 15th hole. Now we go to our last grouping. And let's see who's up first. It's Keegan Bradley's out of contention, so we'll roll for him first. And he will get a par. We roll for McIntyre, and he gets a bogey. So that brings up Cam Young, 5 shots back. We get a 1, so Cam Young controls 2-4-5. 2-4-5 on the par 4. 2-4-5. Is he a legend? Cam Young is a semi-legend, but the dot says no. Everything's going Straka's way right now. So he's not a legend. 2 long iron shot drifts beyond the green. We're going to the short game. Everything is coming up roses for Straka right now. So we're on the short game. The green die is a 5. Is he soft? He is not soft. So we got a moderate putt for par. 1-5. And he makes his par, but that's not going to help him any. And we finish with the 14th hole. That is done. Now we move on to 18 for the last group. 18 for the last grouping. And that is semi-daunting. 6 for semi-daunting is going to be a bogey for McIlroy. Just what he needed. Just what he needed was another bogey. And we'll roll for Fleetwood. He pars. And Justin Thomas, a 5, is a par also. All right, so our first grouping has finished their round. So let's see the gory details of their score. It is a par 36 on the backside, par for the round 72. So let's see here, McIlroy. He was even. He parred in. He was doing this out of contention. He parred everything. He got a birdie here and a bogey here, so he ends up with a 36 to go with the 39. So he ends up with a 75, and he had 207. So 207 and 75 is 282 for McIlroy. For Fleetwood, 1 under, 2 under. So he shoots a 2 under 34 to go with the 36. He shoots a 70. Fleetwood ends up 281. Winning score was 276, but I think Straka's going to destroy that. Thomas, 1 under, even, 1 over, even. So he shoots a 36 on the back to go with the 33 on the front, 69. And that's going to give him a 281. So all those golfers are in that position. We now go to 17th hole. And we got 2 golfers out of contention, Schmid and Gerard. That is a par for Schmid and a par for Gerard. Now we go to Scheffler, who's on the edge on this Island Green par 3 at the Players Championship. That is a 5, course controls. We got a 15, and he's in the water. Let's see what it says here. Desired I blank, ball rose through rough and into water. Oh, that's on the rough results. This is straight into the water. So most likely Scheffler will now fall out of contention. I have a feeling. We're going to the water hole. because this is a water hole. Checking the water for Scheffler on a par 3. And the green die is a 5. Is he a hero? He is a hero. After drop, determined shot, finds harder green, easy putt for bogey. Well, he's gonna be out of contention. It's a bogey, so he ends up getting a bogey 4, and Scheffler now falls out of contention. So the first 7 golfers that teed off to start the 4th round are all out of contention. We only got 3 guys left. 9 of the 12 are out of contention. So now we go on to the 16th hole, par 5. Cauley is out of contention, and he gets a 6. That means on a double cordial, a 6 might be a bogey if he gets the dot. No, it's par. Par 5 for Cauley. Now we've got Knapp and Straka, but of course Straka is the hottest thing going, so he's always going to have the honors. And he's got a double cordial hole to give him another birdie chance. He matches the only number that's on there, 46. He does find the rough on the first shot, but it is a par 5, so he probably has good chances to make up for it. Par 5 rough first shot and a 3. He's not a workman. Not a workman. Beautiful blast from behind obstruction to center fairway on the green. Moderate putt for birdie. So a moderate putt for birdie is a 1 to 2. Can he make it 5 birdies in a row? Yes, he can. 5 birdies in a row for Sepp Straka. He parred 10 and 11. He's birdied 12 through 16. Talk about putting your final stamp on this. He could clear the board here very shortly. Here's Knapp. He's now 6 shots back. He's sunny, but it's not helping him any good. There's a 3, so it's a 1-1-2. 1-1-2 on a par 5. 1-1-2. That's going to put him in the green section here. 1-1-2. Is he cold? Knapp is actually neutral. He birdied and bogeyed the last 2 holes, so it makes him neutral. So he's not cold. Let's see. Is he dynamic? He is not dynamic. Is he gilded? No, he's not gilded. So he's got a moderate putt for birdie, which is a 1 to 2. A 1 to 2, he makes a birdie and gets off the ledge. And he does. So Knapp gets back off the ledge, makes his birdie 4. And now we move on to the 15th hole for the final group. 2 of them are out of contention. Bradley, he gets a birdie. Well, no, he needs a dot to get the birdie. And he gets it. So Bradley gets the birdie 3. And now McIntyre, he gets a par. And we go to Cam Young, 6 shots back. 3, the course controls, 36. He's in the rough on the second shot of a par 4. And the green die is a 3. Is he a workman? No. Otherwise, crisp swing, nice loft, gimme putt for par, but that's not going to help him much. Gimme putt, just got to avoid 3 6s, which he does. So he makes his par 4. Does Cam Young. That finishes 15. So there's only 3 holes left to be played. 18 is up next for the second group. Schmid is out of contention. And he gets a 2, which is a par for Matty Schmid. He gets the par 4. And next up is Gerard. He gets a 1, so Dot gives him a birdie. Yep, he gets the birdie 3 for Gerard. And then that brings up Scheffler, who's out of contention as well. And he gets a par. All right, so now we can total up the second group out and see how they ended things in their round. 36 is, of course, the par with a 72. So we come over here and let's see, Schmid, 1 over even. Don't know why I put a 3 here and circled it. It should be a 3. So 1 over. I believe that should have been that shouldn't have been circled. Actually, if I circled that means I wrote it down wrong. It should be a 2. All right, so 1 over, even, 1 under, even. So he shoots an even 36 to go with the 35 for 71. Schmidt gets a 281. Scheffler, 1 under. I wrote it down again with that 3. I don't know why I did that. That should be a 2. Did the same thing with Schmidt. Let's do this again. 1 under, 2 under, 1 under, even. So he shoots an even 36 for 68. Scheffler shoots a 278. Gerard, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under. He shoots a 33. So he shoots a total of 68 for Gerard. Gives him a 278, tied with Scheffler. All right, so now there's only 2 groups left on the course. And we go to the 17th hole for the next grouping. And that is under Cauley. And Cauley is out of contention, so we'll roll for him. He gets a par 3. Now we go to Mr. Straka. Who else? 5 birdies in a row. Can he birdie this vaunted Island Green par 3? That's a 5, so it's a 26. And look at that. You know it's your day on this kind of hole when you find golf cam green. Instead of the water, he found golf cam green. He's living a charmed life. I don't know what else to tell you, except Straka. When it's your day, it's your day. Sometimes better be lucky than good. So par 3 golf cam green on a par, and he rolled a green 1 on top of everything else. Challenging green or hacker golfer. It's neither one. Let's see. Otherwise, well-placed TV analyst wonders aloud will be converted. Clutch putt for birdie. He has a chance to birdie another hole. He's semi-gold. 1 to 4. Oh, he misses it for the first time. He misses the birdie putt and gets a red chip. It's the easy putt for par, though. So his birdie streak is over. He gets the par 3. And even the fans can't believe he missed it. And here's Knapp. 5 shots back. 3. Knapp controls 144 on the par 3. 144 on the par 3. 144. Champion. Knapp is not a champion. So we go to the right now chart. Knapp just birdied the last hole, and he actually has birdied the last 2 holes. So Knapp is hot. So we go to our right now chart with the hot for Jake Knapp. Right now, hot and green 4, par 3. Yes, he is hot. In a groove, perfect tee, leaves easy birdie putt. So easy birdie, and which is a 1 to 4. And he's got it, so Knapp moves up. Looks like he's going to secure second place for what it's worth. And he gets a birdie on the vaunted 17th hole. Now we go to 16, par 5. And out of contending golfers, Bradley gets a 6. That means he might bogey, and he does. Bogey's an easy hold, is Bradley. I'll go to McIntyre. He gets a birdie. Birdie 4. And now Cam Young. That's a 6. He's got to attack the green. No choice, attacking the green on the par 5. Re-rolling the white die on the attack the green. Get a 6. That's not good. Unfortunate break, difficult putt for par. If he doesn't make the difficult putt for par, he falls off. 1 to 3, and he falls off. He makes a bogey. It's an easy putt for bogey. He makes that, but he falls out of contention. There's only 2 guys left on the mat that are in contention. That is Straka and Knapp. That's it. Everybody else is out of contention. We go to the 18th hole. for the third group, which is Cauley, who's out of contention. He gets a 6. That's a bogey for Cauley, bogey 5. And Straka will spend that red chip to give control to the hole. We get a 2-4. So he's in the rough on the second shot of a par 4, but he's got such a big lead it doesn't matter. Green die is a 2. Is he a master? No, he's not a master. Moderate putt for par. So 1 to 5 will give him a moderate putt for par, which he makes. Makes his par 4. And then let's see here, Knapp gets his shot at it. And that is a 4, so the course controls. 14, he's in the rough on the first shot rather, and the green die is a 2. Is he a master? No, he's not a master either. A moderate putt for par, 1 to 5. And he makes his par to finish that out. And now on the last grouping, to play 17 and 18, we're going to have to roll those out of contending because all of them are out of contending. So first is Cam Young. He pars. Bradley bogeys. And a par for McIntyre. And now we roll on 18 for the last group that are out of contention. So Sepp Straka is your winner by 4 shots over Jake Knapp. So now we roll again. Young, and that's a par. Bradley, that's a bogey. So Bradley's going to finish with 3 bogeys in a row. He fell apart. And then McIntyre, he pars. All right, now we can wrap everything up. All the golfers are complete. And we can go to the final score sheet, get the totals for everybody. Starting with Cauley, who was out of contending early, 1 under even. So he shoots a 36 to go with his 37 for his 73. And Cauley gives him a 283. Knapp, 1 under, 2 under, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 4 under. He shoots a 32. So he shoots a 65, does Knapp, to give him a 274. And then we have Straka, of course, 1 under, 2 under, 3 under, 4 under, 5 under. He shoots a 31. He shoots a 63 final round to Straka, gives him a 270. And hence, he wins by 4 shots over Knapp. And the winning score was 276, so Straka blew that out of the water. Cam Young, 1 under, 1 over, 2 over, so he shot a 38. So that's a 71. Cam Young shoots a 278. Bradley fell apart after a couple birdies early, 2 under, 3 under, but then he bogeyed the 3 there, so it's an even round 36 for a 74. And Bradley shoots a 281. McIntyre, that should have been a bogey there. So it looks like he's even. Bogey and a birdie. Even 36, shoots a 75. And McIntyre ends up with 282. So we get to our final doings here. Sepp Straka, your winner. And he has a score of 270. He wins by 4 shots over Jake Knapp, who came in second place with the 274. Now, what about third place? Third place goes to, it looks like 278. We got a 3-way tie. We got Scheffler. We got Gerard. So these are tied for third. And we have Young, Cam Young. They all check in at 278. 8 shots back. 8 shots back. All right, now in 6th place, there are no 279, so we go to 280. There are no 280s. We go to 281, and there's a 4-way tie at 281. So we have Fleetwood and Thomas. 11 shots back at 281. And we also have Bradley, Keegan Bradley at 281. So that is a tie for 6th. Then 282, we have McIlroy and McIntyre. So McIlroy and McIntyre, 282, 12 shots back, and they tie for 9th. Then 283. I'm missing somebody. I left somebody out. I missed somebody here. Who did I miss? Because I got 283 as Cauley, but there should be somebody else that I'm missing here. Let's see here. Straka, Knapp, Scheffler, Schmidt. I don't have Schmidt on here, I don't think. Schmidt hit 281. So actually, we'll put McIlroy down here. Tie for 9th, tie for 6th. Get my little correction thing. This should be Schmid. I messed that up. So it should be Schmid at 281. 11 shots back. I skipped him by mistake. He was the guy I was missing. 281 for Matty Schmid. And then in 12th place was 283 was Cauley. 13 shots back. All right, so there are your final results right there. The winner, definitively, Sepp Straka. He gets the 100 points in the point standing. Jake Knapp finishes 2nd, so he'll get 70 points. And basically what I'm doing for points, for anybody that's curious, I'm using the play.com point system, except I'm multiplying everything by 100. Or did I say 10? I forget which one I said. By 10, I'm sorry. We're multiplying everything by 10 because I don't want these decimal points. I don't like these 0.7s and stuff. So the winner gets 10, and in my world, they get 100. Second place gets 7, but in my world, it's 70. Third place gets 5. In my world, that's 50. And if there's ties, they all get the amount of points they get. Anybody else in the top 10 gets 30 points, and then we go by anything else. So I'll do all the point standings for that in the computer. But safe it to say, Sepp Straka is the man. He shoots a final round 63, 9 under par, to finish at 270, which is going to be, let's see here, I guess 288 is the par, so that's 18 under par. Rory McIlroy won it in real world 276 at 12 under par. So he gets there at 18 under par and wins the Players' Championship. If I look at next week's schedule on the golfing calendar, let me get to my Excel spreadsheet to get my schedule up here. Our next event next week will be, let's see what it is here. What's next on the agenda, if Excel will ever come up on my computer. There we go. We're going to the Valspar Classic. I think that's in Texas, but don't quote me on it. I believe the next 2 weeks are in Texas. Valspar followed by Valero. And then the Masters will be in 3 weeks. Rory McIlroy was the winner of the Players in real world, but right now Sepp Straka is the man. Victor Hovland won the Valspar last week, or in real world. So we're going to the Innsbruck Resort. I think that's in Texas, like I said, but don't quote me on it. But that's where we'll be next week, is at the Valspar. And if they have a big conglomerate of players, then I'll do a cut. If only like 70 guys showed up to play there, then I'll just go straight to the third round. But Sepp Straka is the man. He is the king, and everybody else, it's his world, and everybody else is living in it. Sepp Straka, he is the Dave Gardner of YouTube in the sports community. He rules the world right now. So there you go. Sepp Straka. So that's going to do it from here. Tomorrow, we will have 2 games for you. One will be recorded and one will be live. On a recording, probably around noon tomorrow-ish, so will be Sunday, Basic Sunday in Strat-O-Matic Basic 1962. And then probably around 9 o'clock tomorrow night, we'll have Game 3 of the Colorado Rockies Horror Baseball Show, Game 3 from Tampa Bay at Steinbrenner Stadium. And then, of course, on Monday, we'll be back to our normal scheduled 1987 American League replay, where we'll start the July 1st date. Sometime in there, I need to do I probably won't be able to do it Sunday because there's too much stuff going on. So I'll probably do the video on Monday, the recap of the first 3 months of the season, April, May, and June, give you all the stats, the standings, the league leaders, and all that good stuff. But for today, History Maker Golf rules the channel for right now, and ruling the History Maker Golf will be Sepp Straka for this week. So that's going to do it from here. We say so long from TPC Sawgrass. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and we'll see you all down the road.